let's spin this
Alright, it's recording. Anyways, so I found Bianca here. I wonder what she wants. After that, I'll get back to my ranting, I guess. What do you want, Bianca? What? You don't have anything to say? Really? This isn't the exit of the cave, is it? No, it can't be. Alright. What was that rant? Oh yeah. So you know the ice type in this game, right? Okay, hear me out, guys. I've been a Pokemon fan for 14 years now, I think. 14, maybe 15, somewhere around there. Anyways, when you become a fan of something like that, like Pokemon for that long, you basically have just memorized the super uber duper rock paper scissors that is Pokemon. You know super effectives, not very effectives, doesn't effects of just about any type matchup. But there was one that eluded me for a really long time. I didn't even find this out for 2 years. I was always under the assumption that ice type moves were super effective against rock type Pokemon. But the truth is, ice type is neutral against rock Pokemon. It does neutral. Now, I know why I'm under this misconception. It's because they're frequently paired up with ground types, which are only, ice types are super effective against ground types, but not rock. And I was like, okay, clearly, for the longest time, because the Gengar line is Poison Ghost, everybody thought that Psychic moves were super effective against Ghost types. But people started to realize around Generation 3 that this wasn't the case. And so I was thinking, oh, it must be like the same damn thing, So I look on Google, and I can't find any pony out there with the same problem as me, man. Like, nobody freaking had that same thing, man. It's just me, and I feel like an idiot. I think it was because I was playing Pokemon XD, and I was using like an Ice type move on a what was it, Anorith, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is it not super effective? I'm using an Ice move, and yeah, that's how I found out and shit. Faints? No thanks. No faints. See what I did there? There we go. I wonder if Natsu would be good for this shit too. Nah, he's not very good with Boldore and Nose Pass. Trying to think, what else can I rant about? Oh yes, Mighty Pie loves to freaking rant about animes that he's watching. Why don't I give the rundown of everything that's on Toonami right now, starting from the earliest slot to the latest. So Bleach has been on. Everybody knows about Bleach, right? Ichigo, Getsuga, Tensho, Bankai, Shikai, all that shit. Anyways, it's been on, but it's been wrapping up the Zanpakuto filler. It's the part right after the Zanpakuto arc, which was actually a really good filler and was on par with like everything else in the series. Yeah, I know it's crazy. But after Muramasa and Koga were defeated, it went into this Beast Swords crappy filler where like with these standalone episodes and these crappy Beast Swords and the Zanpakutos getting their own stories, and it was garbage, to be honest. Me and Shanks and everybody else were sitting through those for the last 10 weeks or so. But it's finally over. Tomorrow night is... today's Friday. Well, actually, technically today's the Saturday. I mean, the day doesn't start till you wake up. So that'll be when they resume on canon, and we'll be getting some Ichigo versus Ukiura, and I'm excited for that shit. I hear that's a really promising fight, and it looks good too. Plus, they've been building up this rivalry between Ichigo and Ukiura for a while, so I'll be looking forward to that shit. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Okay, after Bleach is Deadman Wonderland. That anime is, oh my god, it's scary, it's creepy, it's intense, it's epic. It keeps you on the edge of your seat during like everything, man. That is a great anime. I really don't know how to describe it. A lot of people look at it and think it's a Death Note ripoff, but it's really nothing about Death Note. It's really nothing like. Oh, my favorite Pokemon. How lovely of you to bring one of those out. I'll match you with one of my own. Its counterpart. Yeah, that anime has people freaking using blood as weapons. You don't get much more hardcore than that. I really don't know how else to like describe it without like basically it's about this guy named Ganta who gets framed for a crime that he didn't even commit, and he gets sent to this mad cray cray prison called Deadman Wonderland. And why did I just use Fire Punch on Electabuzz? That's just asking to be paralyzed. But I didn't. Lucky me. And this guy, he freaking is like he goes to this prison and it's like crazy. Every day they have to like fight for their lives and shit. Like, see, they have to earn these candies that you eat them and you get to live for 3 days because their collars infect them with poison that only gets neutralized when they eat these candies. But to get these candies, they have to get cast points by competing in these events. But there's this whole conspiracy with the dead men who can use blood powers, always trying to kill Ganta or whatever, and like at the point where I am, he joins up with a bunch of different dead men, and they're trying to figure out a way to get out of Deadman Wonderland. I will resume this when I get back. Hey guys, I'm back. Let's just keep lazily wandering around in Chargestone Cave some more. This dungeon's long, man. It's long. Okay, back to what I was ranting about. Ooh, yeah, Dynamo. That sounded strangely erotic. But no, this is Dynamo right here, guys. This is actually a pretty rare find. We're on the bottom floor where there's an 8% chance of finding this guy. But on higher floors, there's only like a 2% chance of finding this guy. Dynamo, I know what you're thinking. He looks like a freaking sperm, doesn't he? Well, yeah, Dynamo himself sucks, but his final form, that's a cool sound effect, I'm not gonna lie. His final form, freaking Electros, is a beast. Like, one of my favorite electrics. No, my favorite electric from this game. I used Dynamo in my last run. Electros is awesome. It's a great electric Pokemon. Has a pretty decent and wide array of moves in its move pool that you can teach it if you know what you're doing with leveling it. And here's the best part. It's an electric Pokemon that has Levitate. You're probably wondering why it can levitate. I don't know. I just don't know. It shouldn't be able to levitate. It's like a fish. But it's not a water type, and it can't even learn water moves. I don't understand that aspect. But anyways, basically what this means is we've got an electric type that loses its weakness to ground. For those of you who don't know, electric Pokemon are only weak to ground. So basically, these are the only Pokemon outside of the whole Ghost Dark combination that have like no weakness at all. Game Freak probably just figured out that they could do that and decided to try it out and shit, and they made a badass Pokemon as a result. I love Electros. It's a good Pokemon. Anyways, getting back to my Deadman Wonderland, right? It's a good anime, man. I highly recommend it. It's just a shame it's only 12 episodes, and the freaking episodes that continue the series, or not. basically it still goes on further in the manga, but they have not made a series out of that yet. I don't know why, but I'm praying that they will. Because Dead Man Wonderland is just amazing. Every episode's got me on the edge of my seat with its plot twist and shit, man. Alright, after Dead Man Wonderland is Casshern Sins. This anime I initially hated. However, I'm starting to have second thoughts about it. Basically, the anime is about this robot guy named Casshern who freaking he basically the anime starts out he doesn't know anything about himself like his past or anything, and neither does the audience. It's one of those amnesia kind of animes of sorts, and as he goes through the anime he starts to learn about what he did. Supposedly he killed this god named Luna, who basically was like the overseer of the robot and human world. And as a result of him killing her, supposedly, it started this thing called the Ruin. On the Ruin, basically what it does is humans will fall victim to disease over time, and robots will eventually just rust away, and they will become no more. Of course, Casshern, Luna was said to be immortal, but somehow Casshern killed her, supposedly, and now he's like immortal, and he can't ruin either. So it's like weird and shit. Now, out of the first 12 episodes, like half of them are these really, really, really boring ass fillers. And the presence of these fillers was what made me initially not like the series that much. But as I'm getting further into the series, the canon episodes are really starting to reveal a story that's really starting to make me like this theme. It's got a pretty depressing theme to it, and honestly, um, this the story is actually picking up quite a bit. There's this whole mystery about whether Luna's still alive or not, and freaking Casshern actually has like a brother and sister who look somewhat like him in robot form, and are kind of like his rivals and shit. And another problem with the anime is the fights are not that good. You look at Casshern and he's like this robot that kind of resembles Mega Man a little bit, and you'd think he'd have some pretty good moves at his disposal, but no, no sword, no guns, not even energy attacks. Basically, all he does is punches and kicks. We're talking like Spinzaku kicks, by the way. You know, those super spinny kicks and shit. He does have thrusters on his waist that like propel him into the air and shit, but that's about all the variety this niggers has. Oh shit, I do not need to be saying that word out loud. It's offensive. So yeah, that's Casshern Sins, guys. If you overlook the fillers, I think it's gonna be a good anime. We'll see. It's got 24 episodes, so I still got some ways to go to see how I like it and shit, you know. Um, Okay, after that is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm not really I haven't watched too much of Full Metal Alchemist yet, but I want to. Full Metal Alchemist, well, Brotherhood rather. It looks like a really promising anime. It really does. But I really want to get into it, but I just have not found the time. So I'm just watching little episodes on Toonami just to whet my appetite here and there. The main character is pretty cool. Ed's pretty cool, I gotta admit. And I will see you guys in a little bit, alright? Alright. Looks like the entrance is right there, so I'm gonna try and finish up my rant here and explore the rest of this place. So yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. It's alright. I'm enjoying it somewhat, just watching the episodes, not really knowing the story behind them, because they seem kind of interesting. But I really just need to like just watch it from the beginning, man, because it looks promising. Okay, after that is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex Second Gig. I don't understand a damn thing about Ghost in the Shell, damn it. Every episode has me confused, man. I just don't know where to start with that one. It seems like it could be good if you get it, but I just feel like it might not be my kind of anime, alright? And the last anime that's been airing like every night for the last like 10, 12, 13 years, I don't freaking know, is Cowboy Bebop. This anime is I, it's all right, man. It's an all right anime, all right. Okay, so you got this guy named Spike Spiegel. He's pretty awesome. He's funny, and shit. And basically, he rounds up a gang of bounty hunters that he finds, and they all hunt bounties together. And that's basically the plot of it so far. This is an episodic anime, which means the story is told through individual episodes, basically. There's no overarching plot, which is probably its greatest downfall. I think it might be amazing if that wasn't the case. But even so, some episodes are boring, but some they really have me on the edge of my seat, man. There's been some really great episodes, and honestly, Spike is just such a good main character, man. He like makes the show for me pretty much. Um, but I have not seen the finale yet, which is when a lot of story stuff with Vicious and Julia and all that shit is supposed to come together. I've only seen one half of it so far. Now, hopefully that'll be pretty. Oh no, shit. No, hopefully that'll be pretty good. I'm hoping for some good shit, man. All right. Hopefully that'll be good. And oh fuck me. Ah. Is there anything else I want to say about Cowboy Bebop? Yeah, Jet's a poop face. He's really boring. I don't like him that much. Faye, I kinda like Faye sometimes. She has an interesting backstory, but she can be kind of a bitch sometimes. Her backstory's really good though, about her like being locked in cryogenic slumber for like 50 years and like waking up, and she should be like 70 something, but she's actually like 26 as a result. And then you got that crazy little girl with all of her crazy antics and her super duper computer hacking. I didn't like her at first, but she's really grown on me. She's hilarious. I remember one episode when they were having cereal, and freaking Ed poured milk in his cereal, and then Spike tried to do the same thing with his beer, and it got all messed up and shit. And that was funny. I like that. That was funny. Boldor, more like bold boar. This is gonna be my catchphrase from now on, guys, because it was just funny how I did that. Bulldoze. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. It's interesting, but it's not my favorite though. But just if there was an overarching story with those four guys, I think it might actually be good, like interesting and like awesome, man. But oh well, it's still interesting regardless. Just some episodes are good, some episodes are bad. I find that most episodes revolving around Jet are pretty boring. The Spike episodes are really good. The Faye episodes are really good. The Ed episodes are okay, but the Jet episodes are just sorry, but they are. And here we are. We're finally out of that dreaded cave. Here we are at Mistralan City. Where's our obligatory scripted events? There you are, Juniper. I have not. Have I even seen you at all? How do you recognize? I did meet you at one point, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, you gave me that Oshawott, right? You were the one who gave me blacks. And ooh, Master Ball, gimme, 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 gimme. Yes, thank you, Juniper. I appreciate it. Who is it? Oh my gosh, it's Slutface. I mean, Skyla. Sorry, Skyla really is a whore, man. She's like, you're like 12 years old, and your boobs and ass are huge, and you're walking around that skimpy outfit. Put some clothes on, you dirty bitch. I'm gonna kick your ass in a gym battle anyways. Your time in the starlight is gonna be over. I own you so badly. What do you want? Don't act like you're hot shit around me, you dirty slut. Yeah, I just freaking drool all over Elisa, but then when I get to Skyla, I treat her like she's shit. What is wrong with me? Me and Ashwood are gonna go fill the streets of this city with our